Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about the situation with color tattoos on people with darker skin tones, and this kind of this kind of thing about that, and why when very few tattoo artists do not put a picture on people with colors and with darker skin tones and have color tattoos or other tattoos on their portfolio and this kind of thing. And first of all, I think this is very bad. They don't do it because you should never discriminate, or when you have a business, especially with popular business, the tattooing industry business is very bad for many reasons, because we live in a new era, and it's nonsense. Frankly, it's just nonsense to say that people with darker skin tones cannot have color tattoos. For we know that we have proof that is totally false. There's many other tattoo artists who put up picture of people with dark skin. I have I have 2 fully colored tattoos, and then I have some tattoos with the color in the tattoo, but they are not like too fully colored, and it works perfectly. And I have everything from color tattoos to black and gray to black, red, and this kind of thing. So the thing I just speculate about is that when you talk about, like, example, color, it's like every color have always a volume. Like you have dark blue, middle blue, light blue. So you always have, every color always have different volumes to it. You always have like the original blue, like the basic blue. Then of course you have turquoise blue with green and blue. Of course, then you have very like baby blue, navy blue. You have always different version of a color. So the thing I just speculate about is that the color, so maybe not gonna work on people with darker skin tone, is color that are very light. That means every color with lots of example. You can see sorry for that. Example, if you say like a very much blue with just lots of white ink in it, will be, I think it's more harder to work on people with darker skin because it's so light. So I don't think the color is the problem. I think the volume is the problem. I think the problem is how strong the volume in that color is. That is the problem. And then of course you have to know exactly how much that color will tone down when it's put on your skin. And I think because people with darker skin tone, the color is toned down much faster, and people that on lighter skin. But that do not mean that it don't work. It just means you have to think of the volume of that color, not what kind of color you have. So that's what I think. I just because I have get color tattoos, like example, this one, my tiger, and I have other one very hard to show. Is a wasp. So it's red, green, and turquoise blue wings, and this kind of thing. And then I have, of course, I know for a fact that orange, green, turquoise blue, red, and yellow works on me, because I have one yellow tattoo with the leaf is a yellow, different colors. So I think it's very wrong for experts that are tattoo artists to say that color tattoos will not work on people with darker skin tone. I think that is a bit misleading. And I think they should more say that some volume of that color will not work. That should be more correct to say, but just say some color will not work. If you just say that, it's very misleading, and I think that is not helping at all, because you are working in that business. You get paid for doing tattoo on people, and if you say on the internet that some color will not work, if you just say that color, example, if you say pink, this is a very bad example, but just take that example anyways. For example, if you just say pink will not work on people with dark skin, for example, then maybe people know so much about colors, maybe think every pink do not work, and that is totally wrong. For many people say, for example, like burgundy, like a darkish pink works very well, and that is pink. So when you say that color will not work on people with darker or brown skin tone, then say what kind of volume of that color will not work. Do not say just the name of that color, for that is very, very misleading, and that is wrong. It's very wrong to say, and I think personally, I think the reason, I don't say I know, I just think, I speculate, it's a big speculation, a big speculation, that the reason why so many, not all, but so many tattoo artists have that stigma to tattoo people with darker skin tones is because their customers, example is the money. And if you live in a place, money is very, like tattoo is very special tattoos can be very, very expensive if you are a normal person. Can be very expensive. Like for example, just this one, I really like it. Just this one is like this size was like 6,000, and I live in Europe, and it's krone, 600 krones. I don't know how to transform it to English euro or pound, and or German euros or USA dollars. How much is in dollars? I cannot say how much in dollars. But you have to understand, if you are a normal person, and you don't have a big business work, very, very expensive tattoos can be very, very hard to get. And I think the reason listen to me now. I don't mean anything bad now I want to say. I don't mean anything discrimination or this kind of thing. I just say there's maybe more people it's white that have more money, example in America or in other part in the world, and people with darker skin. And I don't mean anything bad with that. I have brown skin, and I can say to you, like, if you want like whole back piece, a whole full back piece with full of colors are expensive. It's almost as expensive as a cheap card. It's very, very expensive, and you have to understand. I think the reason, maybe I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but yeah, you just need to understand that. Maybe the reason why so many tattoo artists have that belief that color tattoos will not work as well on people with dark skin is because their customer is more white customers and dark customers, and they have heard from other friends and other tattoo artists maybe this rumor. And if you heard rumors, sometimes you believe the rumor, but 8 or 9 times that rumor is false. And because they have heard it so many times, they believe it. And yeah, that is what I speculate about. And so it's very important to change that belief. Very important to change that, because we we cannot have in a tattoo industry, we cannot have this that you have, then you don't want to put out people with darker skin tones on your portfolio. We cannot have it. It's like very strange, and it's not, do not belong here. When you talk about art should never ever be questioned. You should never, I don't, no matter what skin tone you have, if you are a customer to that tattoo artist and you pay, the tattoo artist should show every variation of skin tone on your portfolio with that tattoo. You cannot say that will not look as well on your portfolio if other tattoo artists have it on their portfolio with dark skin tone, or brown skin tone, or middle skin tone. It just looks bad. It looks very bad, and we don't need it for tattoos to evolve. We don't need this kind of thing, and I'm a bit what's the name in English? Sorry, I'm a bit tired of it, because I know for a fact I have color tattoos, because I know that will work, so I don't, and I have picture of my color tattoos, and I put on Facebook my color tattoos, and people can see it. So why is the reason why a tattoo artist cannot put up the portfolio on his pictures, on his portfolio on Instagram, this kind of thing, when it's clearly super easy to see the tattoo? So it's just a very bad thing that can be I don't want to say that it's racist. I don't want to say that, because I don't really don't want this kind of thing to be like this deep. But I understand when some people call some tattoo artists racist, not all but some, for this kind, because they don't want to put out people with darker skin tone on the portfolio, and you have to really change that. Because, so for example, when you see the color, example, you can see so many pictures on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you can see people with dark skin have color tattoos. So I just think that I think it's not really a hard thing to learn. I just think if you know, example, the volume of that color, for example, blue, you just take a volume, that blue volume that will hold up on that skin tone. That is it. It's just not harder than that. I think if you tattoo a person with lighter skin tone, is very different, but then you have that color, that version of the blue, where you cannot try exactly the same blue as you try on the people with white skin, and say, oh, because this blue will not work. Okay, blue is not working on dark skin. That is insane. Just because one tattoo artist do a mistake, one tattoo artist take too much white ink in that blue, do not mean that blue is a bad choice. That just mean that tattoo artist was making a bad choice with that version of that blue. Do you understand what I mean? So it's very important to very, very clearly say, to see in some sense what is the problem. I think we have to clear that out. I think for me, my speculation is that the more white ink is in the color, gonna make it harder, because when I think the volume of that color, example blue, will be toned down, and if you have white and it's already toned down the color from the beginning, and then you have the skin toned down 3 steps more, and you have a light blue, that will be very hard to see. So I think if you take away the white ink and just take the blue color, and then you let the blue color heal, and then you will see for example, how much that blue will tone down, and so maybe some color will tone down very little. Example for me was red and turquoise blue. It was not very big differences, not very little tone down. The only, and of course then you have, yeah, so some color will tone down much more and other colors. And I think one thing also I learned, for example, first time I was with my tattoo artist and I get purple, I just, it was a tattoo as a hide a frog, so it was purple pipe. And that was really toned down very fast, like almost immediately, that purple. But when I try again purple, but with red in the purple, like almost like a magenta, oh, not a red, a magenta, but it was a red in it, purple and red mixed together, dark purple and red. That works much better. It was a really much better result. Very almost like a blackish purple. You can see here is a very dark purple with red in it. It was a very much better result. So I think that maybe some color that you have to make darker, or some color you have to mix together with other color to make it work. So I think, for example, turquoise blue works for itself, but I think if you mix, I don't know yet, but I think if you mix green with many different green, of course, like very many different green. But the example, if you have like maybe if you have some kind of lime green, but a bit darker lime green and turquoise blue together, you can get very nice colors. Or yellow with little red in it, almost orange yellow, but not orange, but still yellow, but clear, very close to orange. That can work. And of course magenta. So many colors will work on people with dark skin, and you just need to know exactly how strong the volume is in that color. That is the only thing. You have to know exactly the balance of that color and how much that will be toned down when that tattoo is healed, and this kind of thing. So, and yeah, and what's the other thing? Yeah, so this kind of thing. So, and the other thing with that is so important that we see tattoo as art, but we don't see it as some special thing for some people. And because I think, example, my tattoo artist, I really like, he's really good, but the problem, he do not want to put up people with dark skin on his portfolio. I don't know why. Yeah, but he know how to do colors on people with dark skin. He have done four tattoos with colors on me. That works perfectly. And first in the beginning, he was really against it. He say, "Oh, you should have only." He was for one color, was red, but he was very he was really against for other colors, other tattoo colors. Then we tried that works. So I think many tattoo artists just need to walk over the stair and see that it's not a problem. I think if you just think and you hear from other tattoo artists this kind of thing and you believe it, that is the problem. You have to try for yourself to see what will work or that will maybe not work. And some color will not work. For example, if you have a very light pink, very light pink, or very light yellow, that is too light, that will not look, you cannot see it, because the color have to be more vibrant, and the skin tone more higher level of the color. And so, And of course, the placement of the body is important. Where on the body you're going to put the tattoo, because some parts of the body is much more darker than other places on the body. And then you have to hype up the volume of that color so they really work much better. But the thing I want to say once again is, please, when you are a tattoo artist and you do a video about color tattoos on darker skin tone, please tell exactly the volume that will work and don't work on skin tone. Do not say some colors. If you are a very experienced tattoo artist, it's so important that you tell people that are new to the tattooing, they are tattoo virgin, they have not get tattoos yet, and they are it's important because tattoos people can get scared and don't get the tattoo, for they really want the color tattoo. For some example, and then think, oh, that person is a famous tattoo artist, and they say that will not work, and what should I do now? So please, if you are a very, very, very talented tattoo artist, do not tell people don't tell people the thing, but tell it so people really understand what will work or maybe not work. But tell them exactly the right way. Do not say this will work, this will not work. For example, you have to understand, you are the expert. You work as a tattoo artist for many years. The customers are not expert. They not know how you mix colors. They don't know the volume of the ink. They don't know. They are not, example, compared to a football player, like if you are a beginner, you just like to watch football. You not know every tactic of the ball to dribble, spin it around, this kind of thing, or how to shoot the ball in the net. So it's so important that you give people a very good explanation, so people will understand. That is important. It's very important, and to just say this will not work, this will work, and this kind of thing, and just say this kind of thing, and you don't explain what the reason is, what will not work. If you just say that skin tone is too dark and this kind of thing, and you say that example, that color, if you say it's that color, it's so important to say what you mean with that color, because there's so many versions of that color, and it's very misleading, and I think, so it's very important that you explain what color you mean. For it's a big version of different colors and volume of that color, and I think it's wrong. It's wrong, and I think it's wrong. For different reason, it's wrong, and so to include this, so what I said before with the colors and this kind of thing is, so if you have dark or brown skin and you want to get a color tattoo will work on you. Do not worry, I can promise you, because I have color tattoos, and I know that because I have brown skin, I have color tattoos, so the reason I can talk about this kind of thing. But the thing you maybe should be careful with is depending on how dark skin, of course, you have, and this dark brown you have, or light brown you have, is you have to think. I don't know how. I think the only thing you maybe have to think about is how much white ink in that is in that version of that color you want. Is that you have to think about, and do not listen to anybody that say that color tattoos will not look as good on people with dark skin or brown skin. That is a big lie. And you do not believe it. It's just very bad that some people say that, and you just need example. You have to look on example. If you want a color, you have to look. Example, you have to. If example, you say you like for what's the color. For example, you say to tattoo artist you want, for example, yellow, and then you ask the tattoo artist, for example, what kind. For example, is ink. Example, I get tattoos, and the ink is the ink internal. For example, if you go into the site of Ink Eternal and you can see the color plate, you can see different colors, and you send that picture, that color, to the tattoo artist and ask him how strong that volume is on the skin tone, and if he's a good tattoo artist, he can tell you how much when the tattoo is healed, how much volume will go down on the skin. And then you can know for fact when should I get the tattoo? Should I get it in the winter or in the autumn or in this kind of thing, to see when it will work best, because your skin tone will be lighter. What time of the year is it? And they're gonna be darker because you are more if you're more outside in the sunlight. So that is important too, to really ask your tattoo artist how strong color is. Example, how strong is that version of yellow is, or is it too weak to be stand up good on the skin? That is very important factors because you have to know the volume of that color to know how much that will be toned down on the skin, to really see, because it's very big differences when you get the tattoo and you see a picture of the tattoo when it's not yet healed. Some color will be much more lighter and it was from the beginning. So it's important to know beforehand, when you get the tattoo, that color beforehand, how much that color will be toned down on your skin after the tattoo have healed. So when you know these things, when you know that, then you can get what color you want. For then you know exactly. That is the biggest thing. You just need to talk with your tattoo artist before. Talk with that tattoo artist and ask him about that color you want, and ask what version of that color. What version of that yellow should I get to be looks good on the skin? How dark should that yellow be? How much lighter that darker gonna be when the tattoo is healed? That color is healed on the skin. So that is important factors. I think that is very, very important to ask the tattoo artist, to really try to ask that tattoo artist and how much is that? I think how much is that color? How much volume is in that color from that ink we're gonna use? How much volume will be lost when the tattoo is healed? Is it 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10, or 11, or 15, for example? Just examples. And if you have like eggish yellow, maybe it's gonna be like from maybe on you. If you have example, my skin tone maybe eggish yellow will be maybe from, it's gonna be, it's very light, it's very light, it's too light. Do not use eggish yellow if you have dark skin, it is too light. This is just a very bad example now. Eggish yellow, like when you have in the egg that yellow, and maybe that eggish yellow is from the beginning on your skin tone is maybe 5, maybe, and then when the tattoo is healed, it's maybe a 3 step down. So you have only volume 2, and volume 2, and maybe volume 3. It's you can hardly see that color. So you always have to have the volume of the color you have on the skin always have to be maybe from the beginning maybe 60, or maybe, I said, I don't know, I'm not a tattoo artist, I don't know how to say what volume is the best volume for different skin tone, what is the right volume to make it looks good after the tattoo have healed. For that is the whole purpose. When you get the tattoo, is just to get it. The other important thing, the most important thing after that is to make that tattoo still looks, that you still see the color very good. That is the other thing. So the whole video, the whole important thing with this whole video is to just know from the beginning that volume of that color, and your tattoo artist tell you that with the volume of that, for that is very important. For when you know this kind of thing, when you know all the volumes of colors, and you know exactly how much that color will be toned down, or how much, then you know exactly how much what color strong that color have to be from the beginning to look good when that tattoo have healed on the skin. That is the biggest. That is the thing you just need to know. That is the only thing that is really important, is how strong is that color. And I think the more white inking is that in the color, the more the volume we're gonna be much lower, and no white ink in it will be higher because it's more darker. So maybe black is 100 and white is 1. So the volume is the important thing about color tattoos, is the volume and on the skin tone and this kind of thing. So know that before you get the tattoo. Talk with your tattoo artist really about that, the volume of the color, and ask him really, ask that tattoo artist really about that. So and if he cannot tell you, or he don't know, if you can ask around with other tattoo artists, because it's important that you know from the start, and do not get just a tattoo and that tattoo will not do not heal well on your skin. For tattoos is money, and tattoo is expensive, and if you can afford to know before you buy, that is a very big step to be more. It's better to know from the start about the volume of the color, and this kind of thing. This is really everything I really want to say, and the last thing, absolutely last thing I will say in this video is very important that you really talk with the tattoo artist that you're gonna go to, and talk with that person about everything you think about, you want to know, and you have to be really talk with that person and really explain different things, and exactly say what you want. And it's very important that you say what you want, and then the tattoo artist can say what he think, but that do not matter. The matter for what you want, and it's matter also what, and you have to also in that one some point you have to understand that the more you know before you get a tattoo, the better the tattoo will get, because you can eliminate the thing that will make the tattoo bad. So the more you learn beforehand, that's the better the tattoo will get for you. Then you can really you're gonna get the best result. So talk with tattoo artists, and look on the internet and read, and really look around and really talk and really know beforehand. So now this is everything I really want to say. I hope you like this video, and yeah.